PD Live. Yes, how are we doing this evening? It's been a while. It's good to be back. Hi, 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 hi. How are you? How's it going? Yes, UD23. How are you guys doing? It's good to see you all. Love Lara and Gabriola. Hi, people. How are you? This is PD. I'm back live again. Hi, people wave. Hi, how's it going? It's nice to see you all. Yes, July, good to see you. Fumi Premium, I like that. Bola Hawk, Akiyemi, how are you? Andrea, how are you? Just Andrea. Bella Sparkles, how are we doing? Idris Kari Matt, how are we? And Makwa One, how are we doing this evening? Yes, how are you? How are you? How are our relationships going? You know, it's been a while, but I'm back. Twice as bad. How are we doing? Hope you are watching the videos and you are learning a lot. Marriage and relationships are knowledge driven. They are more knowledge driven than they are love driven. Do we get that? The more you know about relationships and marriage, the more successful your marriage will be. The more successful the things that you do will be. So just do your best to learn as much as possible and to know more. This evening, the topic is, let me start here. Welcome to 60 Minutes with PD, your fastest moving 60 minutes of the day. Please follow me now. If you're watching my videos and not following me, please follow me, okay? And please subscribe on my YouTube channel, and which is at PIIDI19 as well. Today's topic is your mind hiding you? And that's a big question, because I've noticed lately that a lot of people are not aware of what their mind is doing. They're not aware of what's controlling their mind. They're just obeying their mind. So the first thing I want to teach this evening is that you own your mind. You and your mind are not one. You're not the same, okay? Your mind is a separate entity from you that you own. So it's very possible that your mind can think something it shouldn't think. Your mind can tell you to do something that you shouldn't do, and if you do it, you will pay a price for it. So this evening we're looking at people who, to be quite frank, they have every reason to want to be seen. Like for a man hunts. So a man is trained to hunt. So you got to just be bold and go out there and talk to a woman and keep talking till somebody says yes and they agree. And that's what you do. But a woman doesn't hunt. A woman is hunted, so to speak, and needs to be found. So a woman needs to position herself in a way that she's found. Because if truly you are single and you're trying to find a good man to marry, you're trying to not be lonely in your old age, it's your desire to meet somebody. But then if that's your desire, then your mind has got to instruct you with actions that line up with your desire. But what we've seen is that a lot of people, men and women actually, they're doing things that don't line up with what they want. So they're not getting results. And many people are like, say, well, God, why are you delaying and what is going on? By the way, please just put your questions in the comments. I will try to answer every question I see in the comment section before I go. And this will last all of 1 hour. So, hey, let's go. So now today's teaching is about people that need to be seen, that need to be married, whose social media is private, who spend a lot of time alone in their houses, who don't smile back at handsome, responsible men that try to catch their eyes, who run home immediately after church. They rush home after church, not like there's anybody waiting, there's nothing going on, but they don't mix, they don't mingle, they just run back home after church, even though there's nobody waiting for them. These are people who allow their minds to drive them away from any large gathering where there are potential spouses. And this is true. There are some people where yes, it's true. There are people where if once the gathering is a large gathering with potential husbands and wives, your mind just tells you, get out of here now. Like, don't give anybody an opportunity to talk to you, just go. Now, as I talk this evening, if you relate to anything I say, please put a comment in there. There needs to be a comment. Because these people, you've heard the category of people that they are. They need to meet people. They're looking for Mr. Right or Mrs. Right. They're trying to connect with somebody, but they are running home. There's nobody waiting, no dinner date, no anybody. But right after the meeting or the church service, they rush home. Their social media is private. What blows my mind the most are people who have zero posts. The posts are zero, and it's private. So I'm thinking, if it's private, if there are no posts, what are you keeping private? Can somebody just help me and tell me the mindset behind a person that has no post at all, but is private? It just shows you the degree to which your mind is trying to put you under layers of just veils, just covering you, and you don't want your mind to cover you. To be quite frank, you've got to always check out what your mind is telling you. And there are times, it's crazy, but there are many times that your own mind, is working against you. The truth is that many people think they and their mind are the same. And because you think you and your mind are the same, whatever your mind thinks, you do. But tonight, I want to tell you that's not true. You are separate from your mind. If your mind says something, you want to check what your mind says against what you know is right, and then do what is right. You have the power to control your mind. Your mind doesn't have to go anywhere. Okay? Today we're talking about people whose minds are hiding them. People who need to be exposed, who need visibility, who are looking for spouses, looking for opportunity. These are what they need, yet their minds control them and hide them and work against them. So they are frustrated. Tonight we're going to look at how it happens, and we'll look at what we should do to get away from that. I want to see some comments as to, if you know anybody that's doing what I say, or if you yourself, more importantly, are you doing this? Is your mind hiding you? This question tonight is for you. Are you just in your room, in your house by yourself a lot, and you're not just connecting with people? You're not making yourself available. You're not smiling back at people when people smile at you. When people try to catch your eye, you make it difficult. Do you fall in that category? Okay? And then let's watch out for this. A lot of people call themselves introverts, like I'm an introvert. But be careful what you categorize yourself as. There's something called a transformed introvert. You can be an introvert, and that's how you power up. But you still make yourself available to connect with people, to talk to people, and to meet people, even though you're an introvert. Like the concept that being an introvert means that you just shut yourself in, you don't talk to people, you hardly go out, and you rush back home at every opportunity. That's not what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be a transformed introvert. So is anybody relating to anything I'm saying? And really, when you're rushing home after church, where are you going? Who are you going to meet? Like what is going on? What's going on in your head? You're just doing what you feel like, and you're in your comfort zone. I'm telling you, like to really make the best of life, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. Don't categorize yourself and just keep yourself covered, and nobody can see you. And nobody just, yes, you can ask questions. Uche, Zoe, you can definitely ask questions. That's what I do best. Put the questions on the platform. I have somebody who will give them to me, and then I will answer every question tonight. Okay? So if you're praying for a husband, or a wife, you've got to be intentional to put yourself out there. You can't allow your mind to hide you. Okay? Yes. Your husband will not come uninvited to your house and break your door down. Like sometimes some women behave like I'll hide myself for all my life. Then one day, this guy, Mr. Perfect, will come and he will break my door down, bust into my house and say, hey, here I am, marry me. But that's not going to happen. I'm sorry to burst your bubble tonight, but that's not going to happen. You've got to actually be intentional about attending events, join associations, be a part of the workforce in church, be active outside. So you're meeting people are talking to you. Hi, Casely, how you doing? Abiola 100 Love. I like that name. Any name with love in it works for me. Okay. So you've got the main thing about your mind not hiding you is being intentional. You want to be intentional to figure out, what do I want in life? What do I want in life? And then what actions do I need to take to get what I want? So if I want to meet a nice guy, I can't shut myself in my house. I can't avoid people. I can't frown when nice guys smile at me. I mean, there was a day I was in an apartment. I mean, I was in a huge building. I was trying to get into the elevator, and this nice lady was coming out, and like she looked nice, and I smiled like, "Hi, how you doing?" She just boned up like I was a nobody. She didn't even look for like a minute, and I'm thinking she's probably single. And I'm wondering how. So let's not be one of those people that do these things. And guys do this too, because to be quite frank, this teaching tonight, I mean, there's a bit of me in it, because I found out that actually my mind was hiding me. And I've had to be very intentional to get out, talk to people and everything. If not, it's interesting. I can be out there. I can be lively in front of people. But when there's nobody there, I can be really quiet. I can be really, so I can be different. So here we go. So you want to be a transformed introvert. Do not, as from today, do not categorize yourself again as an introvert. You are a transformed introvert. We need to get together an hangout session for singles, especially at both 40s. Yes, in fact, I'm doing a meet and greet on the 13th of October. So mark the date down. If you send me your name, phone number, and email, and your Instagram handle, I will get in touch with you and tell you where it is. It's by invitation only. It's in Abuja, by the way. We had an amazing one in Lagos. I met amazing people. We have to do it again. The next one in Lagos will be on the mainland, so we can do island mainland. Okay, so right now I'm asking you, is your social media private? Is it private? Are you single? Next question is why? I mean, give me a really good reason why your social media is private. And I'll tell you the truth. Social media for single people is an environment that you want to curate intentionally with your best pictures, doing exciting things. Because I'll tell you this, if you're looking for a man, you've got to understand the kind of creature you're looking for. We men, we are visual. We're visual. If all I've seen is your face, I'd hardly make a commitment to you. And I think if there's any man on the platform, they'll tell us the same thing. I want to see your face. I want to see your shape. I want to see your body type. I want to see where you hang. I want to see these things. These are important. We are visual people. And for you ladies, don't be shamed by your body type. There is a quality man for every body type. I'll say that one more time. There is a quality man out there for every single body type. No matter what your body looks like, there's a guy that's exactly what he's looking for. But he needs to see you. If he doesn't see you, he can't do anything. The other day I was on a site. It's a dating site. And this woman is trying to get dates on a dating site. And there's not one picture of her on it. I couldn't help myself. I said, lady, you'll never get a husband. You've got to change your mind. This is not working for you. I can tell you this. I don't know, but I just couldn't help myself. I had to talk to that lady. But yeah, it's like men have visual. We're visual beings. So if you're going to catch us, you've got to make yourself available to be seen. And don't just do your face only, because that won't make us commit. And a quality man has options. So, put it out there, but curate your social media. So you're not doing silly things on it. Because I'll tell you this, I don't know what I know what you men do. You Google us a lot. But us guys, the minute I like you and I have your name, I'm looking for your Instagram, because that's where the pictures are. I'm looking for your Instagram. I want to see it. I want to see what's there, because I want to get to a point in my mind that I'm deciding I want this person. So I'll put more effort at it. So this is serious stuff. This is actually serious stuff, especially if you're at that age where you should be married, but things aren't happening. Let me tell you this. If things aren't happening, it's a result of the things that you're doing. So you've got to do something different or something more to get a different result. Then things start to happen. So let's get that mindset where you can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. That's just not going to happen. So you've got to work on your mind and listen to what I'm teaching tonight. Are we good? This is 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me right here on Instagram and on YouTube. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel at PIIDI19. Let's do relationships together. That's what I do best. Please click the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. Like the video. Click on the bell for notifications. Okay. So We're at the point where your social media should be open and intentionally curated. If you're taking notes, this is it. Your social media should be open and intentionally curated, which means you're picking the pictures. Your social media should tell a story. It's your story that you're giving to the world. And, do that. And I'll tell you this too. Don't put your sister's picture on your profile picture. Don't put a picture 10 years ago. Put a picture that looks like you. A nice picture that looks like you. Because it's 419. It's 419. When a man sees a picture claiming to be you and he's coming after you, and the next thing he finds you and you look nothing like the picture that you posted. That's not cool. It's like deceptive. And even if you could use that picture to draw him, what will you use to hold him? Because you're not the person he thinks you are. And he's a visual person. Keep that in mind. Men are visual. Okay? Keep that in mind. And women are emotional. You approach a woman through her ears. If you're a guy out there and you're out there trying to get a wife, know how to talk agreeably, to talk lovingly and peaceably. The last thing you want to do is argue with the woman that you're trying to get with. You're disagreeing with her. No, I agree with her. Genuinely agree with her and speak into her ears. Speak love into her ears. If she allows you to speak into her ears, do not waste that opportunity. It's an opportunity to actually get close to that woman, and something good could come out of it. Are we good? Good, transformed introverts. Now, whether you're an introvert or not, you've got to give yourself an opportunity to mingle with people and make the necessary connections to be successful in life. So whether you're an introvert or not, you've got to give yourself an opportunity to mingle with people and make the connections that you need to be successful in life. Everybody needs connections, be it relational or whatever. You need connections, and you've got to make yourself available. Are we good? Nobody is born an introvert. We develop into it but from exposure and experience. Exposure and experience and from trauma and different things in childhood, and then we withdraw and we claim to be introverts. Nobody is born an introvert. So don't just claim it, embrace it, and then eat the fruits of it. Are we good? Am I getting some questions out there? If I am, you please ask me. And the questions can be on anything at all. Tonight, I'm willing to just answer and just keep answering. Are we good? Okay, you are not your mind. Remember that. Your mind is a separate entity from you that can be controlled by other entities. So the thing is this: if another entity is controlling your mind and not you, it can use your mind against you. So you are supposed to control your mind to do what you want. You don't go around doing what your mind wants. This is really important. So keep that in mind, okay? You must learn to resist your mind when it leads you into unprofitable action. Anytime that you look at what your mind is asking you to do and you project it and it looks like this thing is not going to give me a good result, then disobey your mind. Don't do it. Don't blindly just follow your mind and do what it says and get in trouble and lose people and just be lonely. Don't do that, okay? Your mind can work against you. Now, not everything your mind tells you is good for you. And this is something else that you want to learn. Not everything that your mind tells you is good for you, okay? There's a problem when your mind makes you do consistently things that give you a bad or unwanted results, okay? Your mind is a separate entity. If something that's not on your side hijacks your mind, it can use your mind against you. Understand this, okay? If you don't want to go out, if you don't want to meet people, you don't want to, if you want to get married, you've got to go out. You've got to meet people. You've got to make yourself available. Join the workforce. Mingle. You can't let your mind say you are just stay in your room and just go to work, come back, go to work, come back, go to church, come back, and don't do anything else, and a husband will come by. A husband will not come by. So you've got to do what you got to do. Are we good? Okay. You've got to learn to resist your mind. Yes. Imagine that you're at an important event, and they're like amazing, important, quality men. The room is packed full of quality men. But the only thing in your mind is, I've got to go home. I've got to go home. I've got to go home. I've got to get out of here. Now, you've got to know that mind that you have at that point is not good for you. So you've got to resist it and throw it out and do the exact difference. Okay? Because many women will just jump in their car, drive home, and end up by themselves on a night that they should be talking to like a lot of people, and you don't want to be that person. Okay, like it's amazing because you're praying, I want to get married. You're fasting, I want to get married. But then your actions, aren't in line with your prayer. And I'll tell you something about life. No matter how hard you pray or fast or do whatever, the results you get are the results of your action, not more than the result of your prayer. So if you're prayer focused and you're not focused on your action, you will struggle. You've got to get to a point where you pray and then you act. You act in line with what you want. That's very, very important. Are we good? Again, this is 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me right here at PIIDI19 and also subscribe to my YouTube channel at PIDI19. Let's do relationships together. Please click the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, like the video, click on the bell for notifications. Are we good? Okay. Don't allow your mind to make you make counterproductive decisions. Okay? Don't let your mind make you make decisions that are counterproductive, that are not giving you the results you want. Be very intentional. Your mind must tell you to do the things that will give you good results. If it tells you anything different, do not do it. Okay? You have got to be very intentional. Now, the solution to this problem is be intentional. You must ask yourself all the time, what are my goals? What do I want? I want a husband. Okay. I want a husband who knows how to love me. I want him to be a gentleman. I want him to be committed to marriage. I want him to not abuse me. I want him to love me forever. That's what you want. Now, what are my actions? Okay, you've got to be that precise. My actions, one, I want to put myself out there in places where I can meet quality people and be approachable. Women, a lot of people have got to learn, be approachable. Many times, the person you're looking for is looking at you, but you don't look approachable. No green lights. So he's keeping away. I'll tell you one interesting thing. Quality men aren't hustlers. And they're not going to rush you. They're not going to put pressure on you because they're quality men. The guy who will rush you, put you under pressure, harass you, because many women say, well, if he doesn't come and do this and do that to me, then he's not serious. But the guy that comes and does that to you, that's what he's doing to all the other ladies. So, you're not special. And he knows the routine because he's done it so much. The guy who's like calm, he's not like doing like he knows he's done this too many times. That's the quality guy. He's not a player. He's serious. That's husband material. But many times women miss that. They want the guy who knows what to say and does everything. He knows it so much. The only reason he knows it so much is that he's had a lot of practice. Practice on people that he's left brokenhearted. And that's why he's so smooth. So if a guy is really smooth, you should be afraid of him. That might not be the person you're looking for because he's that smooth. Where did he learn it? Okay, am I talking to somebody? So that's that. Now that you know what you're looking for, you've got to do things that line up. So you want to be out there. You want to make sure that you're reading books on marriage. You're watching videos. You're following PD. You're watching all my videos. Is there anybody on the platform that has watched all my videos? If you've watched all my videos, I can tell you confidently that your marriage will be successful. As long as you get your husband to do the same thing. Because it takes two. But you will know enough to contain him if you watch all my videos. I'm not even kidding. So let's make it PD University, Love University, and get on that on my profile, on my platform, and watch all the videos. This is Love University. And Love University is important because marriage is something that affects all our lives, and we need to be successful in marriage. And for us, marriage is more knowledge-driven than it is, than it is love-driven. Because people just think, see, the whole idea is this. Two people think, I love him, and he loves me, let's get married, it's going to work. Well, what happens is that two loving people ignorantly start to hurt themselves. And then the hurt gets so painful, and the pain is unbearable, that the next thing, one person says, you know what, even though I love you, I'm in so much pain, I can no longer stay with you, I got to go. And that's when there's a breakup. So marriage alone, I mean, love is good, but love has got to be backed up with knowledge, good knowledge, not like Like just stories where one auntie said this, one mother said this, and then you're just trying to live your life or run your marriage on what some auntie or uncle said. No, professional counseling, get proper guidance, and be successful. Am I good? I need a timepiece, I need a clock. I guess yes. If you need to meet new people, you need to be available in places where the right man can be found. I need a clock, people in the house. I need a clock. Nobody's listening to me. Okay, let's keep going. You need to be available in places where the right man can find you and see you. You need to be in places where the right person can find you and see you. So you got to think about this. You know, like he's not going to find you in your room. He's not going to find you in your house. So you've got to be very intentional to be in places where they can find you. Give the right man, the person you're looking for, give that man an opportunity to find you. That is very important. And when you meet people, don't frown. Too many times, I'm talking to people, I meet people and no green light, nothing. And people just I smile at people and they frown back. I was like, okay, let me just keep going. Don't do that. Be approachable, smile at people. That's a good idea. Let me see, it's 8:56. Okay, I still have some time. So you need the right man to see you. You need the right man to see you. So your social media has got to be open. Are we good? Men are visual. That's right. We want to see your face. That's good. Now, they are the same ones. Yeah, Now, do you know that there are a category of people that when you post on social media, the print is super small, super small. Have you ever seen people post like that? That all their posts, all their posts on social media, it is in a very small, tiny font. Now, I want us to look at what kind of mind is behind the person who does this. Because if you're posting anything on social media, you want people to see it. You want people to read it. You want it to catch as many eyes as possible. You're talking to the world through your social media platform. So it's an announcement, but you're doing it in the smallest possible font size. That, we just have to it looks quiet and it's going to hide. It's a reflection of the mind that's behind it. Is there anybody on the platform, I really want to see, is there anybody on the platform that people that post like this? You know them, or you're the one that posts like that, where your posts are super tiny. It's like your mind is doing something to you that it shouldn't be doing. Your mind is trying to hide you. It's trying to diminish your voice. It's trying to silence you because you obviously, for you to make that post, you have an announcement to make to the world, but you're making it as quietly as possible. That's attention. It's an announcement being made as quietly as possible. Check your mind, and resist your mind. Fight your mind and get victory. Prevail against your mind because you own it. It has to do what you want. If you have an announcement, large letters, post it out there, big and bold. There's nothing small about you. There's nothing tiny about you. There's nothing quiet about you. You want the world to hear. That's why you're posting. So don't forget, So let me see. Did anybody find anybody that does this? Little words. I know one or two people. I won't mention their names. Little words. And that's how they post. Okay. Now, it's not normal for your mind to hide you. So if you've discovered that your mind is hiding you, you tell yourself that this is not normal. This is not normal behavior. So you've got to resist it and you've got to reject it. But guess what though? It's it's widespread. People just living in lives quietly, hiding in their houses and rooms. It's actually very widespread. The only reason I'm doing this recording is because it's something I am encountering a lot lately. A lot. Men and women just living triangular lives, house, church, work, and avoiding everything else. After church, you run home, you don't join any workforce, no associations, you don't have any group of friends that you hang out with outside, just zero networking. And your mind approves everything that I've said. And that's not okay. It's not okay. You've got to break that. It's a hold on your mind by another entity. Your mind belongs to you. Don't let something else control your mind and use your mind against you. I was shocked when I learned the first time that my mind can actually attack me. My own mind can actually sabotage me. My own mind can actually be against me and not for me. I mean, for me, that was a huge learning, you know. And let me tell you something extra. Anytime that you believe anything that's a lie, that lie has hijacked your mind. Because once you start, because you believe it, your actions will be in line with that lie. And once you start taking those actions, you're going to suffer loss. So be very careful. Know what's true and what's not. You know, have good information and you live by it and you'll be fine. Okay. So. Where are we? Yes. A nice person is supposed to find you, love you, and it's true. You know, a nice person is supposed to find you, love you, marry you. You're supposed to have partnership, love, and intimacy. You're not supposed to be alone. You know, you are not created to be alone. But this thing, your mind, if you allow it, is trying to isolate you and keep you alone. And that's the word I want us to watch out for tonight, is isolate. This thing is a spirit of isolation. You know, if you, it can hijack your mind, and little by little, you start to isolate yourself. And that's not good. Do not be isolated. Connect with people, have a little circle of trusted friends that you hang out with, and don't just live your life in isolation. You were not created to be isolated, and your prosperity and your expansion is not in your isolation. So isolation is bad for us as people. So you don't want to be isolated. So don't get a mind that's trying to isolate you, because that's what your mind sometimes is trying to do. You got to fight it. You got to get out of your comfort zone. Are we good? You've got to be intentional, you know, and you know, you may not like staying back after church, but you want to put on your game face and smile and start talking to people. Seriously, like try this next time you're in church. After church, go and initiate a few conversations yourself. You know, don't be that fine girl that took off after church and nobody saw your brake light, you know, and they want to talk to you. Nice guys want to talk to you, but they know that you zoom off. No, hang around, talk to people, you know, serve a role in church and initiate some conversations. Seriously, do this. You can intentionally bring change into your situation. You know, many of you are praying for change. You want Mr. Right to come this year, I must get married. The key is this year I must change my belief system. This year I must take control of my mind, and then you will get your results that you want for this year. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Be careful. You see, sometimes, you know, a good guy smiles at you and you just frown, because in your mind, all men are dogs, you know, all men are dogs. And, you know, when the guy starts to catch your eye, just frown, because all men are dogs. But let me tell you this, if you really believe all men are dogs, two things will happen. One, you won't get married, or two, you'll get married to a dog. Seriously, I may not have the time to break it down, but it is logical. Because when the good guys come, you call them dogs, treat them like dogs, and they'll leave. And the only person that will stay is a dog. And then you marry the dog. So be very careful. That mentality that all men are dogs. No, not all men are dogs. There are quality men out there looking for you, wanting to marry you. So make yourself available and be approachable. Keyword tonight, approachable. You want to be approachable. Okay? Yes, approachable is key word tonight. Yes, if you need a man, want a husband, must be approachable. Again, one more time, this is 60 Minutes with PD. Please follow me right here. Many people watch my videos that don't follow me. Please follow me. It's important that you follow me. It encourages me and it keeps us moving forward. So if you're watching, please follow. And definitely, please check me out on YouTube and subscribe. I'm at PIIDI19, and click on the subscribe button and follow me, and click on the bell for notifications. Fantastic. I'm going to stop in a few minutes so that I can take some questions. So let me see those questions coming up. Yes. Your mind should always be under your control and instruction. Okay? That is good. Be willing to act against your feelings. Do not be led by your feelings. Don't flow with the feelings all of the time. Your mind must have you're a spirit being, must always be checking what your mind is thinking. And if your mind goes off track, pull it back. And put your mind where it's supposed to be. And don't stay where you're comfortable. Stay where you're supposed to be. Don't do what makes you comfortable. Do what you're supposed to do. These are keys to success in life. and into relationships as well. Okay? Yes, know what you want and make sure your actions are in line to give you results that you want. Okay? Many people are living lives that are not intentional at all. They want something, but they're doing things that could never get them the results they want. But they keep doing these things. It doesn't make sense. Are we good? Well, something could be affecting your mind. Some entity that's not you could be affecting could be controlling your mind. And you want to stop that. You know? Yes. And truly, if you want a man in your life, go and study men. We are just, men and women are different, huge differences. And if you're a man too, and you want a woman in your life, go and study women. Because what I see is there are many men that have no idea how women think, or what they want, or how they want to be treated, but they want wives. And they're running around chasing people and catching some, then treating them badly, abusing them. Because they don't know what women want, how they feel, and how they should be treated. No, if you want a woman in your life, go and read and study. You know that she wants you gentle, she wants to feel protected. Most men do not know what protection means, the way a woman understands protection. Most men have no clue what protection is. Protection can be financial, it can be emotional, it can be with your in-laws. Protection can be from your friends. It can be with anything. She wants to know that with you in the picture, she can rest and not have to fend for herself and fight for herself or speak for herself or have to do everything for herself because she has a man. Most men don't even know that. You have this woman and you want her to do all these things and there's no protection at all. She's out there in the sun, in the rain, under your in-laws, under your mother, under everybody, just struggling. And you're looking, you're not saying a word. You know, that's not okay. Same thing with a woman. You've got a husband or a man, no encouragement at all. You see, the encouragement that a man needs from a woman from his woman cannot be given by any other woman. And I've seen many women say his head is already big. You know, if I tell him anything more than this, I will not. You can't handle him anymore because he says his head is already big. Wrong thinking. No matter how big his head is, he needs to hear you compliment him and encourage him and just be there for him. It's important for men. Many things you've got to understand. So how has it been? Did we learn something this evening? If you did, let me hear in the comment sections. I have some questions here that I'm going to answer right away. It says, what do you do each time? I try to have a physical discussion with my husband, but end up quarreling. Now, first thing is, what do you mean by physical discussion? I mean, maybe you mean face-to-face. I try to have a face-to-face discussion with my husband, and we end up quarreling. Now, it's like this. It takes two people to quarrel, one. So if one person is getting aggressive, you don't need to respond. And two is the way you bring things up to people is very important. There's a way you can say, like when you bring things up to your husband in a challenging way, or in a way that is like, well, you didn't do this yesterday, or when you did this, no, it's like when this happened, this is how I saw it. I think we can do it differently. The way you bring it up is important. There are, if your husband is not really emotionally mature, then you've got to be very intentional the way you take things to him. Okay? Because I'll tell you the truth. For people who are not spiritually mature, talking to them about themselves is very difficult. Talking to a person about themselves, not a lot of people can take it well. Where somebody comes and says, well, this thing you did the other day, I think you didn't do it right. You should do it differently. Most times they get defensive, so which means they just argue back or try to explain, or they get they counterattack and tell you, well, you did it 2 weeks ago, or they just take offense. And all these responses are wrong. You're supposed to listen. Anytime, in a marriage, when one person has a problem, the response is, there's a textbook response. I've heard you, darling. I'm going to consider everything you've said, and I've worked on it, and I'll make changes. And truly, your spouse is not crazy. If they had a problem, there is a problem. You trying to argue that they don't have a problem is trying to tell them that they don't have sense or they're crazy. And that's not what you're trying to do, but that's what you're doing. So I see that a lot. So there's something we call listening agreeably. Most of you are listening to respond. or listening to disagree. Don't do that. This is your wife, your husband. You guys are in love, you live together, you're sharing everything. So be intentional. You're listening agreeably. I'm listening because I'm trying to agree with any parts of whatever they're saying that is agreeable. And when I respond, that's where I go first. I get your point, I agree here, I agree here, I agree here. At this point, I've come to meet them emotionally. Then from there, I hold them by the hand. I say, well, we can consider these other options. Why don't we think about this? And I take them to where my options are. And at this point, they're considering it for real. They're not upset because I reached them. What you guys do most of the time is you don't want to meet them where they are, but you're trying to get them to where you want them to be. And they resist because in their mind, you never came to me. Why should I come to you? Am I talking to anybody? So take what I just said and work with it. Get back to me with some good results. It's going to work. How do I handle my mom? She never sees any good in her son-in-law because of her trauma. The thing is this. This happens often, but the key here is one, if your mom if it's a trauma response, it's not something she can change quickly till she gets some therapy, some inner healing. But you've got to be a wall between your husband and your mother. At this point, you've got to protect him. Where, if I say a wall, is that any comments you give to your mom about your husband, they're positive. How is he doing? He's good. Even though you just called last night, he's good. How's he doing? He's fine. Everything is good. And when she says anything bad about him, you correct her. Mommy, that's not true. He's actually really, really doing well. And you're consistent. Your consistency will eventually break her. It may take a long time. I mean, I've had personal experiences where it took a long time, but eventually she gave up. It's like, you guys are just like twins and there's nothing I can do. And she gave up. So you can do the same thing. Just consistently back up your husband, consistently tell her that he's doing well, and just be consistent. Get somebody on the outside that's not family to have some kind of oversight over the marriage. So when you guys have actual problems and issues, you're not taking it to your mom, you're taking it to this person. And this person is resolving issues for you and not your mom. It's very important. Everybody needs to learn this. What's the best thing to do to a cheating partner? Tie them up, and leave them without food for like 7 days. And then what else you do? A cheating partner, what's the best thing to do with a cheating partner? Now, if your partner is cheating, I pray that when they are caught or when you confront them, they are genuinely remorseful. A cheating person who is genuinely remorseful can restore the marriage, because we do infidelity recovery counseling, which we bring the both of you together and we start to counsel both of you and to give you guys therapy and inner healing till things get back together. Trust is lost in bucketfuls. It's earned in teaspoonfuls. So any one single case of infidelity will cause you to lose 20 years of trust. And you can't gain it back. You can't earn it back in one day. It takes a long time. And even if you wanted to, because, well, I love him and I want to trust him, you actually don't have the power to trust him. Because your mind will always question what he does. And even if he demanded to you that you must trust me back because I'm sorry for what I did and I'm different, I've recovered, and you must trust me back, you can't give it to him. Trust must be earned. One party has got to work for it while the other person gives it back in little bits and pieces. So that's what happens there. So the best thing to do if you've caught your partner, I don't know whether it's male or female, is you guys have a serious talk about how much you both value your marriage and yourselves. And if you come to the conclusion that you actually do value yourselves and your marriage, then find yourself a good professional counselor. Come to PD, we'll sort you out. There are many other counselors out there. Find somebody that you trust and let them, that has experience with cheating, with infidelity counseling, and then do that. Okay? Is it possible to overcome infidelity? Yes, it is. In fact, it is. We've counseled people that have come back stronger. Because what happens is this. This couple, they've been married a while, but over time, they just the wear and tear, life happened. and communication is not what it used to be. Openness is not what it used to be. Friendliness is not what it used to be. Offenses have come, many things have come, and it resulted in some form of infidelity at some point in time. But now that they're being counseled, they're learning to be open, to communicate openly. They're learning to be expressive. They're learning many, many things that's making their love and their marriage fresher and stronger now after the infidelity. So it's interesting. It depends on the both of you. Many times I've seen the woman want to restore things and the guy just like doesn't really care. And now that's a problem, I wish there was a jail especially for men like that, where once they just don't care about their wives and they're cheating, they can just put them in that jail for like 3 years where they get caned every day and whipped every day. So when they come back, they really love you really good. Something like that. That might just work. Okay, so it can work. I feel backwards when compared with my boyfriend. What does that mean? What does that look like? You feel backwards when compared with my boyfriend, which means he's very advanced from you. You think he's really advanced. He shouldn't make you feel backward. If he's making you feel backward, be careful, because he might be doing damage to your psyche and your self-worth. You actually shouldn't. No matter how advanced he is, if he loves you and you're with him, he's supposed to embrace you and encourage you and carry you and love you and build you up, and do whatever that needs to be done to just build you up till you get to the same level as he is. But don't start feeling that you're with a man that is so much higher than you, and the next thing you have no say, no voice, no anything, you lose yourself. It never ends well. So be very careful. You want to analyze this or get counseling. People think you only get counseling because there's a problem. No, get counseling before your marriage, get counseling while you're married, get counseling while you're single. Because counseling is about getting information, getting valuable, relevant information regarding what you're doing. So it's priceless. So no matter your situation, get counseling. Somebody sits in front of you that knows a lot more than you do and tells you, do this, and helps you to be better. So there's nothing wrong with counseling. How can soul ties be broken? Does it exist? Soul ties exist. They can be broken. DM me. There's a prayer that you pray. I'll tell you how it happens. Soul ties exist when two people come together. You know how how the Bible says two people come together and become one. So two houses become one house. Means that one house, whatever was in either house, is now in this one house that you guys created. And as long as that thing is in that house, it's there till you ask it to go, till you get it to go. So you basically have got to get it to go and reconstruct the walls of separation that was there. So you become separate entities again. And then whatever came to you, you send back to them. Whatever you give to them comes back to you. It's a process. I don't have the time to teach it here, but it works. And for real, it is real. Okay? My boyfriend says he's emotionally distant. He just moved to Abuja from Lagos. What do I do? This is really funny, and I'll tell you why. So, because he's physically distant, he's not emotionally distant. This guy, check him out. There's no good in him. Being physically distant does not affect your emotions, except he just wants to go. So be careful. Sometimes men don't want to tell you what's on their mind because they don't want to hurt you, and so they're not straightforward. I mean, this guy, he wants to leave. He wants to go. He's gone to Abuja, and he wants to find new territories in Abuja, and he's telling you nicely that he's not doing it again. That's what he's saying. Except there's something more that you're not telling me about. If I go by what you just said here, my boyfriend says he's emotionally distant. He just moved to Abuja from Lagos. What do? You want to leave him. I want to say, thank you. I understand you're emotionally distant. Maybe you should wrap your mind around the environment that you're in right now. And, we'll talk when we talk. Something like that. Nice and easy. Any other questions? I think I've done my last questions. I have more questions. Oh, my gosh. Okay. More questions. Can married people put their pages on private? Yeah, if you're married, you found the right guy. You found the right person. You found the right woman. You're married. Lockdown. No need. Yes? Yeah, for real. My guys in the house, they're all laughing. But it's true. I mean, if you're married, for sure, you can private it to anything. You and your spouse, just do it nice. I like that. My partner doesn't like PDA. Does it mean she doesn't love me? PDA. Somebody clue me in. What's talking about? My partner doesn't like PDA. Talk to me.
Public display of affection.
Public display of affection. A pastor doesn't like public display of affection. Does it mean she doesn't love me? No, it doesn't mean she doesn't love you. It means that she needs inner healing. She's it's some kind of trauma response of some sorts. Because if not, you should be open enough to receive love. She's in a position where she's struggling to receive love, not just from you. It can be generally, and there could be many reasons. But most times it's early childhood abandonment of some sort, or rejection. So she needs to get some inner healing, which we do, and get over that. But yes, it doesn't mean she doesn't love you. That's just how she is. That's how she's expressing at this point in time. How do you help someone who has gotten too comfortable with their space and kind of detests having company? So why do you want to help them if they don't want your company? Okay, now I'll read this again. Maybe I didn't get it. How do you help someone who has gotten too comfortable with their space and kind of detests having company? So if you're the company that she's detesting, why do you want to help them? Just let them go and live your life. You know, it's not by force, so sure you know. So I don't know. But guys, maybe you might help me here. Maybe she likes you, but then she unconsciously is pushing you back. Then it's inner healing. She needs to come. We'll get into why she's responding like that, what happened, when it happened, and it can be sorted out. But if a woman does not want you in her space, then get out of her space and stay out. Abuse is whenever you violate a person's boundaries over and over again consistently, it's abuse. So if she says, stay out of my space, and you continue trying to get in her space, it can become abuse. And you don't want to be an abuser, knowingly or unknowingly. So be very careful out there. How do you stop couples' quarrels from being elongated, especially for a spouse who doesn't care about offering or receiving apologies? Okay, how do you stop a couple that's quarreling from... Okay, how do you stop quarrels being elongated, especially from when there's a spouse who doesn't care about saying sorry or not? One thing is this: you can always walk in peace sacrificially, which means that it takes two people to quarrel. If I will tell you what I feel lovingly, and when you say you don't agree, I'll say, okay. Then whatever you tell me, I say, I support you. You know? And I'll support you as best as I can, because I vowed to not quarrel with you. I vowed to work in peace with you. Married couples, there are some vows you need to make to yourselves that are serious, where if you're married, you've got to be able, and if you're tonight watching me, do it tonight. Tell your spouse that I pledge never to take offense from you, no matter what you do. I pledge to you, mention them by name, I pledge to you to always forgive you, no matter what you do. Yes, I pledge to always find a place of agreement with you on every situation. It's a pledge. So when I come to you, I set my mind. So when you're saying something that's not in line with me, I'll try to bring you to see what I have in mind. But I'm not going to fight with you. Couples, don't be willing to fight for your right. I'll tell you this, and if you're listening really good, having peace in your home is more important than being right in your home. I said one more time. Having peace in your home is more important than being right in your home. Most times that you're fighting to be right. And then the atmosphere is a fighting atmosphere, is full of strife, and only the devil, only Satan operates in an atmosphere of strife. God does not operate in strife, he operates in peace. So if I will sacrifice a few things to have peace in my house, then God can correct things in my house. Because I made sure that the atmosphere was conducive for God to operate. So don't fight at all costs. So am I done? I think I'm done. If there's any question out there, let me hear. If you want to come, if you want to join me, you can try. I will put you on. If you can try, I don't know how the internet will take it. We could try and see. If you want to join me and ask me a few questions on the platform. But are there any questions, people? Are there any questions, people? Are we good? Can I go? Yes. There is going to be, I'm having a meet and greet in Abuja on the 13th of October, okay? All I need from you at this point is your name, your phone number, your email, and your handle, your social media handle. If you send this to me, you can DM me to me on any of the platforms. It will get to me, and then I can put your name on the guest list, and you will get an invitation from me. So thank you, people. You guys have been just amazingly good. And I'm going to do this again. I really enjoy doing this. We'll do it again. Well, God bless you. Have amazing marriages, and treat yourselves nice. Love really is the principle that works. Okay? So you guys are good. Yes, watch our video. Yes, watch my videos and repost my videos, and let's get these videos go viral. It's so important. And, I need you for visibility. You make me visible. It's you that, it's what you do with my videos that give me visibility. So don't forget that. Please just repost my videos and just keep liking and commenting, and let's keep the fire burning. So God bless you, and talk soon. Talk soon, talk soon, talk soon. Talk soon. How does this go off at this point in time? Talk soon. Yes.